So obviously many of us sort of mere mortals don't get to experience Croke Park and all it has to offer. So obviously you've had a few outings there. How special is it to actually play on that surface? Like, what's the atmosphere like? Is there a bit more of an adrenaline rush? You know, more fans and things like that. Can you just give us a bit of an insight into what it's like?
It's as good as what people say. It's brilliant. It's the best surface you'll ever play on. It's a bit bigger than most pitches. But aside from that, like going back to the kind of finals idea, you're kind of trying to remember that it is just a pitch with 2 posts, but it's a special place. It's a place you wanted to play on since you kicked the ball, and it's an absolute privilege to play on it every single time you do. And for ladies football to be getting more and more games on it, I think it's only really, really good for the game. Like, so as a whole, personally, it's brilliant to play on it. To see as much ladies football on it as possible. It's even bigger. It's one of the best stadiums in the world. Like,
getting the recognition as well that it deserves as well. Yeah. So past couple of results have been quite emphatic. Obviously the victory in the semi-final was very good, great second half performance. Obviously in the championship so far this year as well, you've been undefeated. That sort of momentum, do you think that will have a role to play come next Sunday, or again, as you say, is it just another game?
Well, it does. Your past results kind of generally reflect on what's going to happen. Obviously confidence is high. You're hoping that that's a sign of girls clicking, and that everybody knows their role and what they're kind of doing. But there's always room for improvement. Yeah. And that's what we've been working on the past weeks in the semi-final. So even though we have won those games, we know where we've gone wrong in those games as well. So that's just something to work on towards Fermanagh, and obviously we know Fermanagh quite well, so it's working towards that too.
I was just going to say there, Fermanagh obviously are familiar opponents with yourselves. What would you say you've maybe learnt about them to maybe take into the game? Any weaknesses you can exploit, or where you know they're strong, where you'll have to maybe toughen up? Or
couldn't tell any trade secrets now, but both teams know each other inside out. There's plenty of everybody gets to see games these days and stuff, and we have played each other 3 times this year, but I can imagine it'll be a really tight affair. Sometimes whenever you play each other that many times, you know each other, and everybody gets their matchups generally quite right and stuff. So a lot will come down, very cliche, but a lot will come down to on the day who can deal with the final the most. So it'll be hopefully an entertaining affair.
And just the last wee question, Cathy, was how much of a motivating factor is last year's final? The fact that it didn't quite go your way that day, does that give you that extra burning sort of motivation to really put things right this time round? Or
yeah, like last year we just never got started, like and it didn't get going at all. And Wicklow, have to give it to them, were brilliant on the day, but you just don't want to do that twice. So I think the last year's experience will definitely help the girls this year, and nearly everybody played in that there panel. There's a few new ones in, but they seem to be learning off the ones that were there, so not to play the occasion and just play the match.
So it was 5 faces from last year have since gone, and then more youth is good. Do you think that blend of youth and experience now, particularly with the youth, if they were to get that victory next Sunday, could only spell good things for Antrim football?
In future years, like that, there's what one of the big things is. It's more getting the play at a higher level and getting that there more competition and being able to play other teams and learn from them as well. So yeah, it's trying to create a platform or create a level that I was hoping to get to at that stage. Whenever you start off, you really wanted to be playing against the top dogs, so hopefully we'll build towards that there, and the future of Antrim will be bright.
Well, Cathy, thanks very much, and all the best for next Sunday as well.
No bother.